talking about this speculation that Britt Baker and Danhausen and Private Party all are looking to potentially leave AEW. Their deals are reportedly up fairly soon. I think Britt Baker's is a bit longer, but the speculation going round right now is maybe they'll leave, maybe they won't, but we're not a dirt cheap. We're not going to get into that. But instead, we're going to get into should they leave, case by case. I'll kick us off. Britt Baker, let's face it, she's not even on AEW TV at the minute. She is doing absolutely nothing. So yes, she should go. My question is, should WWE sign her? Because if I'm being completely honest, I don't think they should. Their women's division is so stacked right now, I just don't think she'd stand out enough. She's obviously going to cost a lot to bring in, so I just don't really think it's worth it for WWE's perspective. As for Private Party, NXT desperately need more tag teams, so if they can get Private Party, that would be brilliant. But to Private Party, I don't know from their perspective if they should leave AEW because they are former tag team champions. Yes, their reign wasn't booked that well, but they are big deals there. So I'm not entirely sure. That one could go either way. But as for Danhausen, this guy is going to print money for WWE. He is going to be a huge star. Quite frankly, I think AEW dropped the ball with him, but 100% he should leave and join WWE if that opportunity presents itself. But Clark, I'm going to go to you next. What would you do if you were these three talents?
So first and foremost, if the WWE is signing Dr. Britt Baker, the actual doctor, DMD, as we know, then yeah, absolutely. But if we're going to give her a makeover and call her a different name, like we have half the talent that comes over, not the ones in particular that go to the main roster, but the other ones, we change those names. Haven't heard of those people. I don't necessarily get it. Dr. Britt Baker is a name brand. There's no debate about that. Her rivalry with Thunder Rosa was huge for AEW at the time. Was it followed up on? Not really well. Did she help out Jamie Hayter on that run? Sure, for sure. Dr. Britt Baker's definitely talented. She needs a change of scenery for sure. I would say go to the WWE, but only under the condition that she goes to the WWE as Dr. Britt Baker. I don't want to hear, Dr. Yankum, the long lost granddaughter of Isaac Yankum. Please don't do that.
What?
No, thank you. Right? And Google history, by the way, that was Kane's first gimmick. The wrestling dentist. It's happened before. When it comes to Private Party, I think they would make an excellent tag team in NXT. I have no problem with that. I also think they do great work in TNA, and I think they still have space in AEW. No matter where they go, they're a talented group. The WWE tag team scene is thin. Private Party fits perfect. I would bring Private Party in, absolutely. But again, please don't repackage them. Please don't do it. It doesn't make sense to me. They've established a brand. We know who they are. I don't need to relearn it. And last, but certainly not least, Danhausen. I believe this man deserves a pass to wrestle wherever in the world he wants. I think he should just be the definition of the Forbidden Door and just show up on WWE, AEW. I can't get enough. Point and curse people, do the thing, sell a bunch of merch, continue to be Danhausen. I really don't care where he goes. He's valuable wherever he goes because he sells merchandise. He's charismatic at a level that's just unique. He's a character actor in a world of people playing characters. He's a method character actor. It's absolutely brilliant. So I have no problem where Danhausen goes. He's valuable wherever he is. And as Shad commenting, Danhausen is corny. I could not agree more. So was R-Truth. So are a lot of comedy acts. He carves out that niche really well. And he's valuable to any company he goes to. But of the three we mentioned, I would say he's only a valuable signing in regards to merch sales and entertainment. As far as advancing the product in ring, you're not going to get a 25-minute, 17-star in the Tokyo Dome banger out of Danhausen anytime soon in any company he goes to.
That's true, but at the same time, WWE has always been the entertainment product.
Right.
So I think he would enhance
that's
their
why
product.
exactly what I just said is that he would enhance any company that he's at, man. Like, so I don't know why you're trying to start an argument on that.
No, I'm just
literally
saying in terms of it's a perfect
thing.
fit for WWE. He is the one name out of the three who I think it is a no-brainer to go to WWE. He is the best fit out of those three.
Oh, I don't know if he's the best fit. I think he fits pretty much anywhere in the industry because he plays a unique role that
He hasn't fitted in AEW, has he?
You can count on. He hasn't been used. There's no difference between fitting and being used. He fit when he was used. Hook and Hookhausen, are you kidding me? It landed. Pepsi Phil, all that little stuff he did, landed. Every single time he's been used, it's landed in AEW. He fits there. It's a matter of them fitting him in.
We got Fernando saying Danhausen is tailor-made for WWE.
Yeah.
Absolutely. D6 Warlord says Danhausen to form Iguanahausen and Hendryhausen.
I was literally about to say that, D6 Warlord. I thought we were
Pepsi-hausen?
Well, we could see it happen once again there, but I mean, Archie, I want to get your thoughts on these three. Where do you want them to go? Stay or leave?
Well, I'm going to be a bit different and go in the opposite order. So Danhausen, for me, it does not seem like AEW's interested in using him for whatever reason, even though he's one of the top merch sellers in AEW, even though he's not on TV. He should go to WWE. He would do wonders in WWE. Netflix would absolutely love him, and his merch sales will be through the roof. And as DCX Warlord said, give me a Mr. Iguana and Danhausen tag team. I mean, you can make like Danhausen themed puppets sell them on WWE shop. I mean, that would sell loads of. That would sell loads. That would get a lot of money. I know Anthony, our very own Anthony, would buy that. Private Party. It seems like AEW don't see their appeal or doesn't see the talent that maybe fans see for some whatever reason. They kind of just got fed to the Hurt Syndicate and then didn't really haven't done anything since then. After a pretty lame tag team title run, they're very, very talented guys. So I think leaving AEW and going to WWE would be perfect for them. NXT to start off with, and then they can be one of the main tag teams on the main roster in the future. Britt Baker's a tough one. She's going to have to leave AEW. It's not, should she? She's going to have to. Look, her heart's not in it anymore. AEW's heart's not in it anymore. They just can't continue to work together. And look, should Britt Baker go to WWE? As a fan, I've not been the most interested in her work recently. For whatever reason that might be, she's just come from back from like a mini stroke, didn't she? Which is it's a very, very kind of tragic thing to come back from. So she's gonna obviously have to be brushing off ring rust, which she hasn't been able to do much for AEW. But should she go to WWE? I think for her career, yes, but she's gonna have to convince me as to why she's still one of the most talented women wrestlers in the women's division. Because there would have been a time where I thought if Britt Baker went to WWE, that she should have got the same treatment as a Cody Rhodes making her debut.
Wow.
But now, like I'm far from that view now. But she does need to convince me as to show me why she's still got it in a way. And it's not as though she's
a Ricky Saints debut, right?
Oh gosh, Clark hates these names.
You've always got to. He hates Ricky Saints. He hates Blake Monroe, and he hates Ethan Page.
I don't even know Blake Monroe.
Yeah,
I don't hate Blake Monroe. I don't know who she is. I've never heard of her. There's this. I don't know if you've heard of her.
She's
Mariah
the one
May
that was feeling Jordan Grace's muscles
AEW.
on NXT
She had this awesome title run. She looks just like Blake Monroe. And she had this real cool resume. She won the title from Tony Storm. They had this awesome rivalry.
Getting tired.
And it's weird. Joke. They just look alike.
Getting tired.
But I've never heard of Blake, this hot new upstart.
That joke's already had its funeral, Clark. It's already had its funeral. It's had its memorial.
I just don't know who she
That's,
is.
Well, here's the thing. If Britt Baker went to WWE, I would not be opposed to a name change because it's completely misleading. I actually think
Dr.
we could
Yankum,
sue.
you're right.
I think we could sue AEW for misleading us with it, right? Because it says her name's Britt Baker. She's not a baker. She's a dentist. It's a complete lie.
That's her last name.
I thought we were going to
that was a career low for me.
I thought we were going to finally get some serious talk here.
Give you credit. I like where you were going with that.
Ben just pulls that out.
Tag team. I made beats. Shout out.
Oh gosh, numero 1 says Britt should go to WWE to give us Britt versus Charlotte. Not entirely sure for Dan though. I simply see him as the next running man where he runs out, scares someone, and then leaves. I mean, he'll sell so much money.
He will, but Britt Baker versus Charlotte Flair seems like a recipe for disaster to me. Like,
I'm going to be honest, I'm not interested in that match.
Can we keep them two away from each other? Like Britt and Becky, Britt needs to be in the ring with wrestlers that'll make her look great and kind of help lead her a bit more, considering she does need to brush off that ring rust a bit more. Going in the ring with someone like Becky, Io, even Rhea, who's been more of a ring general now. Even Roxanne Perez, even at a young age, she's great at leading her opponents in the ring. Charlotte Flair, I don't know. She kind of like
she has been. She just
but she kind of she picks and chooses who she likes and who she wants to have good performances against.
Yeah, you are certainly right there. DCX Warlord says Blake Monroe is the niece of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, she'd be in her 60s.
Well, yeah, but make that the story.
Marilyn Monroe was born in 1926, and her siblings are older.
By the way, shout out to DCX Warlord. Arsenal is better than Chelsea. Take that, Archie.
DCX Warlord, how lame do you have to be to halfway through click off the daily broadcast and change your profile picture to an Arsenal picture?
I respect it.
Also, what is that profile picture? This isn't
I've
Facebook.
asked this in the chat earlier, guys. When does
anymore.
soccer wrestling season end? What is the actual gap where soccer and wrestling become one unit and we talk about them all on the same shows? There's like a 3-month stretch every year.
Close to this at this point.
This is right. We've got like 2 or 3 weeks left before the transfer window, and we start just talking about.
Yes. So anyway,
when do we get to talk about the NFL?
How many goals do you think João Pedro is going to get next season then?
Well, we just had the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano that Norgard is officially joining Arsenal. Done deal, paperwork exchanged.
That's the football talk done. So yeah, anyway, Britt Baker, I think